Hi guys, welcome to the second episode of 2-Minute Tools for Writing Better Songs, a series where we look at 30 commonly used techniques used by all songwriters of any style across the world to hopefully inspire you when you're writing and make you a better songwriter. This second lesson is so important. It's called Killer Opening Lines, and it can't really be overstated the importance of lyrics in popular music nowadays. The vocal is key, the lyric is absolutely essential, but the idea of positioning your most important or your strongest lyrics in spotlighted positions in your song structures is really key. One of the most important spotlighted positions is the opening line in your song. Obviously, it's the first thing that your listener hears when they hear the song, and if they don't like it, then they're probably not going to be paying much attention to the rest of it, let's be honest. I've often find myself flicking from song to song and kind of listening to the first maybe 30 seconds or something, but if the killer opening line is there, something that really grabs me, then I'm bound to listen to the end. I've got some examples here of songs, recent songs and older songs, that I think are really strong, and we'll go through them and discuss them in some detail. Same bed, but it feels just a little bit bigger now. Now, it's not a metaphor, it's not really fancy, but what it does is really get to the core of the issue, and it sets up the whole of the rest of the song. That's a really important thing that we're going to be seeing in all of these. The common theme with all of this stuff is that it sets up the style and the feeling and the emotion, the meaning behind the song perfectly with these opening lines. Same bed, but it feels just a little bit bigger now. It's heartbreaking. It's a heartbreak song, and it's heartbreaking. It does its job perfectly. When your legs don't work like they used to before, it's quite not humorous, but it's quite twee. But it says what the song is going to say straight away. It kind of gets you thinking about, hang on, that's when I'm older, and that's exactly what the song is about, right? This is the end. Hold your breath and count to 10. This is really strong, I think. It's really powerful. This is the end is just kind of left hanging there. And I've kind of made it so it's 2 lines really, but this is the end. Hold your breath and count to 10. Not only is it telling you that this is the end, it's conjuring up a really scared emotion of death, I guess. Hold your breath and count to 10. It's directing you to do something that might save you, or that is that's key to your survival. I'm holding on your rope, got me 10 feet off the ground. Again, it's really visual. It's really visual. You can imagine it's a metaphor kind of, but I'm holding on your rope, got me 10 feet off the ground. She's in control. At least, sorry, I say she. I'm assuming that Ryan Tedder was talking to a girl. I'm holding on your rope, got me 10 feet off the ground. It sets the scene perfectly, and it already sets up the emotion, the meaning behind the rest of the song. My lover's got humour. She's the giggle at a funeral. Now, I think this is probably the best line here. When I first heard this, I distinctly remember hearing it, and this is how important the first line can be, particularly with a new artist, or if you're working with a new artist. It made me listen to the whole song, and it made me smile. Every time I listen to it, it makes me smile, because it's so clever, but it's so simple as well. It's not complicated. And it's something that's kind of awkward, and it is that kind of songwriting, and Hosier is a fine example of great songwriting. I missed out one there, sorry. No, I'm not colourblind. I know the world is black and white. John Mayer, stop this train. Again, really powerful. It's kind of very deep, very usual for John Mayer, but I think a lot of these lines, I think, work really well on their own singularly, but the best thing about the most of these, I think, is you can dig a little deeper, and you can listen to it and enjoy it the second time, the third time, the 10th time, and you can always scrape away layers. I think John Mayer's songs are a perfect example of that. Hello darkness, my old friend, I've come to talk with you again. It's really harrowing, and it sets up the scene and the mood for the whole song perfectly. Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. Really simple, but that's why it's so effective, and it sets up obviously the kind of the meaning, the message behind the rest of the song perfectly, I think. His palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already, mum's spaghetti. Forgive me for doing a bit of a long one here. I thought I should get in mum's spaghetti. Because it's so kind of irregular and weird and so specific, it works really, really well and it grabs your attention. You don't expect to hear spaghetti in a pretty serious song in the opening line, but it works really, really well. It grabs your attention. You're the light, you're the night, you're the colour of my blood. Now, I thought the first two lines, they could be cheesy, they could be kind of cliche, you're the light, you're the night. These big contrasting themes, light and night, dark and night. It's a very common technique, these contrasting things, antithesis. You're the colour of my blood. This is the reason why it's in here for me, because it's really bold. If you take it out of context, it's quite out there. You're the colour of my blood. Very, very visual blood. But in the first line, it really grabs your attention. You used to get it in your fishnets. Now you only get it in your nightdress. Arctic Monkeys, Fluorescent Adolescent. I think this is wicked, wicked, wicked. And it's kind of the same kind of thing as this. It's so striking when you listen to it. But there is a lot of truth in it. Like I say, you can listen to it second time, third time, and scrape away layers and meaning behind the first listen. And I've got this in here, it's long, but I think this is probably the best opening line ever. If anyone beats it, they're doing very, very well. Just before our love got lost, you said, I am as constant as a northern star. And I said, constantly in the darkness, where's that at? If you want me, I'll be in the bar. Joni Mitchell, who's obviously a master of songwriting. If you haven't heard much of Joni Mitchell, then definitely check out the album Blue. Start with that. It's a long line, forgive me, but I think it's just amazing. It's kind of taking the piss a little bit, which I really love as well. Just before our love got lost, you said. It's really, really, it's setting you up to think it's going to be a really deep and meaningful thing. And then she just strikes it down. Where's that at? If you want me, I'll be in the bar. And again, it puts you in the position of a real situation, a real relationship, a real feeling. And it doesn't mess about in getting to the point, as all of these do. So anyway, I'm blubbering again. It's gone way over 2 minutes, but I really hope that this is useful for you. Leave some feedback below and I'll get back to you. Thank you very much. Happy songwriting.